and so that I don't cause you to become a wasted land, a ruinous, devastated, and desolated planet without inhabitants. Jeremiah 6:8. This is surprising for many. I've known it for a long time, but I think this is difficult for anyone who still has a foot in the religious camp to process. What God is saying is that if Israel were to stay obstinate, which they had been since the Exodus, Yahweh gave up on Israel during the Exodus. He went through the motions thereafter, but he brought them to the promised land and really stopped interacting with them. He would continue to give them prophetic admonition as we've listened to all of these prophets. But in terms of doing something beneficial for them, the last act would be helping to coordinate the sacrifice of Dode for Pesach, Matzah, and Bakurim. And so God had given up on his people. He announces the divorce actually through Hosea, but it had taken place a long time previously. And God is saying that if you don't get your act together, Israel, you don't change. If you don't receive this warning and become correct, Yashar, I'm going to destroy the planet. There's no reason to come back because there would be no recognition of what Dode had done on Pesach, Matzah, and Bakurim to open the doorway to life, to perfect our souls by carrying our guilt away and by adopting us into the covenant family. There would be no Shabuah harvest because no one would know about it. There'd be no Towrah gleaning because no one would know about it. There'd be no sacrifice of the Adamah Parah because there would be no beneficiaries of it. There'd be no homecoming on Yom Kippurim because no one would be there. There'd be no reason to convert the earth back to the Garden of Eden because there'd be no one to camp out with. So he said, if you don't receive this warning that we're providing you with now, and become correct, accept this admonition and reprimand, and it's a reprimand. That no two ways about it. You've been awful, Israel. You pointed your finger between God's eyes. You spit in the face of your Creator. You've erased his name. You've disparaged his son. And so if you don't receive this correction, Israel, particularly those of you in Jerusalem, which is where the sacrifices are, this last one is scheduled to be made and where the previous one was made, God's going to disassociate his consciousness. And this is called imperfect, literally and forever, if you don't get your act together.